According to the State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Henry Okello Oryem, during an interview on 4th of December 2021, he said that spies have decided to hack into phones of the United States Embassy officials who are in Uganda. Hello, welcome, and thanks for taking your time joining us live on Projan Media TV that brings the latest news and the latest updates in the country and across the world. So if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do, and if you have subscribed, we are so much grateful that you take your time each and every day to come and watch our videos every time we come on board. So therefore, we are so grateful for that. Well, let's take you through some of these details. The government of Uganda says the United States government is better placed to explain the first known case of the Pegasus spyware being used against American officials. Allegations that several individuals in Uganda have been targeted with hacks using spyware developed by the Israel-based NSO Group have gained momentum following revelations that iPhones of up to 11 employees of the U.S. Embassy in Kampala were hacked into. And news of the hacking has been widely reported across global mainstream media, including byAl-Jazeera, Times of Israel, Reuters news agency, the New York Times, and the Guardiannewspaper of United Kingdom. But the Ugandan government has said the United States government would be better placed to explain the first known case of the Pegasus spyware being used against American officials. No accusation has been levied against Uganda where the American officials are domiciled. And first of all, the United States government has very sophisticated equipment and facilities. And if it is true that the phones of their officials have been hacked into, then they should be able to tell for a certain, without doubt, that, for instance, the government of Uganda hacked their phones, as said by the State Minister for Foreign Affairs in charge of international cooperation, Henry Okello Oryem. And the United States have hundreds of satellites up there. They have got listening stations. They have the embassy here. They have so much listening equipment in the AFRICOM. There is United States Africa Command. If they make any allegations, it should be precise. And details say several reports indicate that technology supplied by the NSO Group, which was recently placed on United States blacklist, was used to target up to 11 State Department officials in the recent months. U.S. technology giant Apple, which manufactures iPhones, has also launched a lawsuit against NSO after reports of Apple alerting victims around the world who had been compromised by the hacking tool. The targeted individuals, according to the media reports, were either based in Uganda or focused on matters concerning the country. Reuters, the news agency which first published the report, said it could not determine which NSO client was behind the attack. Once Pegasus NSO's intrusive spyware is successfully launched, it can hack into a mobile phone, intercept all communications, including encrypted messages, and it can also turn any phone into a listening device because once affected, a user of Pegasus can remotely control a mobile phone's recorder and camera. So according to the United Kingdom-based newspaper, that is what The Guardian said. And the United States has enjoyed diplomatic relations with Uganda that spans over 30 years, but the same were recently strained following allegations that some U.S. officials and diplomats were encouraging dissent in the country after the election in which President Museveni was declared winner of his 60th term in office amid allegations of election malpractice by the opposition. The U.S. mission in Kampala comprises several offices, an organization all working under the auspices of the embassy and at the direction of the ambassador. Among the offices operating under the U.S. mission to Uganda include United States Department of State, United States Agency for International Development, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Peace Corps, the National Institute of Health, the Department of Defense, and PEPFAR. Some of the key U.S. mission leaders in Kampala include Ambassador Natalie E. Brown and Deputy Chief of Mission Christopher Kraft. Those sources could not immediately establish who of the key officials in these organizations in Kampala was targeted, but according to Ms. Dorothy Nanyonga, the information assistant at the U.S. mission in Kampala, in a response, said that they had received the queries and they would get back to the publication with an official response. And however, she had not got back to the sources by the time of the press. Ahead of the 2016 general election, government procured the services of a UK-based firm, Gamma Group, which delivered a surveillance technology reportedly used to spy on President Museveni's opponents in an operation dubbed Fungua Macho. And a Wall Street journalist journal investigation in 2019 revealed that the Ugandan government used assistance from China's telecom giant Huawei to hack into messages for former presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi, also known as Bobi Wine, in the lead to his arrest. Early this year, the regime in neighboring Rwanda was accused of procuring the same technology to wiretap various phone conversations of Uganda's top officials, including former Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda. The report, allegedly published by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, indicated that spyware was also used to monitor phone conversations of Director General of External Security Organizations Joseph Okwet, former Foreign Affairs Minister Sam Kutesa, and among others. Therefore, you remember the initial claim that Ugandan officials were targeted by Rwanda, who were using these equipments, and their position was that any government official who uses his or her phone to discuss government private classified information is an irresponsible officer, and hence, if their phones are hacked and classified information is leaked, that officer should be held accountable, said Oryem. And he dismissed the allegations of the latest hack as false, suggesting that there could be a conspiracy against the Ugandan government. And it is strange that all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks there are all associations emerging against the government of Uganda. First, the story that China has taken over the airport of Uganda, which was fake, misleading, and not true. In fact, the coincidence of the story with the US government launching its similar project to counter the Chinese investment in Africa was very, very interesting to some of us, as he said. On whether Uganda should be concerned, no, it shouldn't. Just like they are not bothered when the news came that Rwandans were hacking into the phones because they will get nothing. And he doesn't discuss classified information on phone. All members of the cabinet have been informed and directed by security and the president not to discuss classified information on their phones. So on whether Uganda has procured the technology, to the best of their knowledge, they have not procured that equipment. And if they had, he is not sure and should be sure that there are more important people whose phones could be hacked into, and make sure they deal with them than the US officials. So those are the words from Okello Oryem, the state minister. And thanks for watching Projan Media TV. We'll keep on updating with more of these. If you only subscribe and turn on the notification button, you will be notified with all of our top stories when you come back on board. Once again, thanks for watching Projan Media TV.